The shit show has begun, and it will drag through all the way to the election and possibly even after the election. The false flags, the distortion, the lies, the discrediting, the propaganda, keyword the propaganda, will be sold to you at an all-time high. Yesterday, they just announced Donald Trump got coronavirus. And though most people believe what they hear initially and for some reason can't even fathom why a political figure would lie like that, a contrarian like myself won't take that route and will actually at least ask, is this nigga sincere? Is this some truth or is this some propaganda to help you with your election? Conveniently, you did it after an awful debate. You and your camp caught COVID after an awful debate by both parties. Donald Trump showing his textbook narcissism, Joe Biden showing his dementia and lack of solution-based answers. It's convenient that you would catch COVID. It's convenient that you, as a right-winger, who the right wing is adamantly, and this is not me giving my opinion on COVID. I got videos about that shit. You can check that out. But the right wing, their binary aspect is avid on the Democrats pushing coronavirus and it being a quote-unquote hoax or not that serious. One can conclude that Donald Trump may be playing on that with his demographic as well as people of the Democratic Party who are latched on to say, look, I caught coronavirus. Me, Ivana, we all caught it. No caught, nothing. You see? You see how it isn't anything? Now, I'm not saying it is or it isn't anything. I say the dangers aren't real. I say a flu is a flu. Sickness is a sickness. A virus is a virus. They're all out there. But the danger statistically has been perpetuated to where it's not that severe. However, when I look at this instance of the presidential election and these debates, it would be an apt time for Donald Trump to catch it and denounce the severity, be it that his party is already on that. We'll see in the times to come. But you as the citizen watching, don't you think for 1 minute that they're always telling you the truth? Always check their sleight of hand and always question where the fuck your vote is going exactly. W.E.B. Du Bois said in the 50s. In the 50s, he said it's one evil party. One evil party with two faces. That evil party is white supremacy. Democracy and Republican Party support white supremacy. And this is not just saying the white citizen. Before they support, well, not before, but even what supersedes white supremacy is class supremacy and economic control over the world. It's just that they marginalize and they allot certain people certain privileges to where black people are always on the lower end of the spectrum, brown people on the lower end of the spectrum of getting advantages within this society. They don't give a fuck about nobody. Let me get this clear, white folks. Voting Trump thinking he's the greatest person, you probably get advantages when you vote Trump. Tax breaks and all type of shit. But they don't care that much about you. Voting Democrat, black folks particularly, 95% of the time we vote there without question, without even prompting demands. They have, racism exists now systemically, and you've been voting Democratic Party for the last 70 years. W.E.B. Du Bois said there's one evil party with two faces. Research W.E.B. Du Bois, scholar, genius. They don't like to call black people geniuses. That was a genius. He had the perspective of uplifting ourselves first to be presentable, so to say, towards the system so we can play our part and then the system will accept us. But after so many years of voting, so many years of going through the system, doing it the right way. By the 50s, he said, fuck that. They're lying to me. I finally realized they're lying to me. Voting Democrat will not give black people their rights. Maybe crumbs, pieces of a big-ass loaf. If you content with crumbs from a big-ass loaf, then you're mentally enslaved. Oh, the Democratic, they give us Medicaid and welfare. Nigga, you deserve liberty. You deserve liberty, autonomy. You deserve to talk and look a certain way without being ridiculed around society. You don't get that voting Democrat or Republican Party because they're both one party with two different faces. So with that being said, you got to ask yourself, where exactly is your vote going and how much value does your vote have? And what are we using this voting shit? What is this voting shit essentially doing? It's placing the responsibility of society on the people, giving us the illusion of choice. Oh, y'all picked him. Oh, y'all did this. The people who don't vote get chastised in these times because when Donald Trump gets elected, people will say, oh, well, everything that's going on is your fault. You didn't vote for Biden. Nigga, voting for Biden was going to help uplift white supremacy and a racist structure? If you saw the debates, they didn't answer none of your questions. Ad hominem. Look up ad hominem. It's attacking a character in argumentation. So when the moderator asks about racism, what are you going to do to fix white supremacy and racism? They're going to say, well, look at Biden. Instead of answering the moderator's question, they're just going to point the finger. This was the lowest form of debating I've ever seen in my life. I've seen two kids argue. I seen a video of a kid arguing with his twin brother about hot dogs. And he posed a good debate as to why the nigga shouldn't have ate two hot dogs without name calling and arguing. It's just, if the presidency doesn't show you how reduced we are as a collective intellectually, then nothing will. Why are we reduced? Because some of you actually think. Some of you actually think this. If I vote Biden, things will be better. If I vote Trump, things will be great still. Everybody's in an illusion. A binary illusion to where one side voting for one evil face is going against the whole other side voting for another evil face. And y'all citizens, y'all ain't even evil. Y'all just drones following evil people, supporting evil people, and dividing the real people due to an evil premise. If anybody firmly believes Biden is a good person and will try his hardest to help black people and lift the diaspora and stop sexism, racism, classism, and prevent coronavirus from spreading, nigga, you crazy. And if you think the same for Trump, nigga, you're crazy. This is politics. This is strategy. These are PR statements being made. His COVID shit, everything they tell us is just to get them to vote. They haven't answered any questions, and in the next debate, they ain't gonna answer no questions either. So don't even expect that. You ask Donald Trump about white supremacy and white privilege, he finds a way to elude it. You ask Joe Biden about Antifa and the heinous acts that have been going on under the guise of some peaceful protesters, he ain't gonna have nothing to say. All we seen is two old white men getting called out on their lies, ready to sock each other. It looked like celebrity deathmatch, my nigga. And you expect me, y'all expect me to lower my integrity to vote for one of them? One evil party with two faces. Ain't nothing go. W.E.B. Du Bois said there is no democracy. It's a farce. You don't have the choices you think. Unless you unify amongst yourselves, citizens, collectives. Unless we talk amongst each other and gather and take a stand together, there won't be no democracy. This is a tyranny or a monarch, whatever you want to call it. Whatever does not have the citizens' input. Through this whole coronavirus shit, what did we have to offer? What is reflective of how we wanted things? Small businesses shut down. Some people wanted masks, some people didn't, but nobody say so mattered. And another thing, this is the killer for me, because you got, choosing is yours. Choosing is your privilege. You have the right to choose. And if you don't like what you choosing, you won't choose it. That's what a will is. That's what strong will is. You're not going to choose something that you don't want to choose. Not because you were forced. When you have a strong will, you're never forced. Nigga, I don't have to choose Biden or Trump. My will won't allow it. My morality won't allow me to choose an evil person. A manipulative person. A system consistent on supremacy and hate and death and unhealthy habits. But yet, I see people say this. This is how I know a lot of y'all move off fear and low frequency will. Oh, I don't like Biden either. This is what y'all say. I don't like Biden either. But I'll take anything over Trump. This means you're literally moving off of fear, not your own will. Most black folks, particularly, are scared of Donald Trump. Like, he created America and white supremacy. Like, all this shit wasn't going on before. Now, granted, he's amping up the white nationalists, so I understand it in that regard. He's amping up the white nationalists, but Joe Biden would be amping up the white liberal, the low-key sneaky motherfucker. I'd rather somebody come to my face and tell me they don't like me than a nigga weasel around my house, smile in my face, and end up hurting me on the back end. So the fact that most people are choosing based on fear, y'all don't even like Joe Biden. Most black people I talk to don't even really like the nigga, but because they're so scared of Donald Trump, they will reduce their choice to something that they don't even like choosing. That's called Hobson's choice, where you have choices that you don't like, but you feel forced to choose one or the other because of your deference towards the other. Okay, it's two bikes. You wanted a blue bike, here's a green bike and a red bike. You go on a store and be like, damn, I didn't want, fuck. You feel me? But you feel compelled for some reason. Maybe because, let's say, society is hovering over your shoulder telling you need a bike. That'll be the metaphor for the citizens right there telling you, go vote. All these NBA players, vote or die. Vote or die? So you mean to tell me if I don't vote Joe Biden or Trump, I should die? Who's holding this illusion of voting being this prestige, so important thing, when society has seen consistently after 4 years of voting that change has never really persisted? Change has never really happened in a manner to where anybody can feel comfortable, aside from white people apparently, saying that racism is over. You're not going to find women saying sexism is over. You're going to still see the hardships in society that have lasted for hundreds of years in spite of this system of voting, in spite of the people allegedly having a voice. So you got the green bike and the yellow bike. You wanted a blue bike. Trump is the green bike. Biden's the yellow bike. In reality, when you have a strong will and you know what you want and you know who you are, you're going to walk out that store because they don't have what you want. Nope, nigga. I want no fucking yellow bike. I don't want no green bike. I'm out of here. But since you feel forced by this system and the drones in the system to vote, you finna go walk out there with a yellow bike. Y'all finna go vote for Biden. That's walking out there with a yellow bike. As soon as you walk out there with that yellow bike, you're gonna be mad. Like, damn, I didn't even want this yellow bike. That's what all y'all finna do in November when y'all vote. So don't look at nobody crazy for not voting. Because I'm gonna look right back at y'all like, nigga, did y'all see the election? People got the nerve to say Kanye West for president is outlandish, but wouldn't dare. Y'all wouldn't dare compare his rhetoric consistently to Donald Trump's and Joe Biden's. I challenge anybody. Kanye West is more of an intellectual property, intellectual capacity than Donald Trump and Joe Biden combined. One of them is so narcissistic he can't even see nobody else's viewpoint. Donald Trump, like, look what I did. I did that. I'm this. I'm that. If it wasn't for me, y'all, this is reflective of a narcissistic, low frequency society. To fuck with somebody so self-serving. And Biden's the typical liberal president, acting like he's for the people, but working with global elitists, conspiring to make profit and to control the nations in ways that we will never see. But what has Biden shown y'all to be like? You know what? As a black person, I would vote for him. I feel confident voting for him. What has Trump showed y'all? White people may be able to answer to Trump because they love this nigga. Like, not all of them, of course, but if y'all have been in red states, if y'all go outside in red states, y'all will see there's a adamant, vehement support of Donald, a love. And I think that love is rooted in hate because I think Donald Trump professes hate for certain people out of his conservative ideology. You have a lot of conservative whites who have mixed a conservative lifestyle with the classist, racist society that has been put upon us. So though your subjective take in your society may be conservative, you don't see the ramifications that it has for black, brown, and other people, Muslim people, people who don't fall under that conservative bubble that you guys fall into. So I need to know why they love this nigga. Because you're just as binary as a black person voting Democrat every year. You're just as binary. You guys vote conservative every year. The binary aspect of thinking has controlled us for so long, and it's allowed us to divide ourselves, good people, based on an evil premise. And I sit here just disgusted, bro. I sit here disgusted at the illusion of choice. I sit here disgusted at the people who actually think that in November, when I vote, things are gonna change. I wish I was this blissful as you niggas. I wish I was this blissful as you niggas, because then I would be happy. It'll be a false sense of happiness because ain't shit changing. Once Biden or Trump get elected, ain't shit changing for the better of society. This is a fucking corporation. America is a corporation. This is why you see them going back and forth with vaccinations, trying to see which party's vaccination is going to get through first. Trump pushing vaccinations, Biden pushing vaccinations. They trying to see who going to get that bag. Ask Trump about white supremacy, he standoffish. He don't even want to admit white supremacy, even though it's like he knows. But he knows his whole right wing, they don't believe in it. So he ain't even gonna say it on. He not that dumb. He ain't gonna expose the chinks in his armor like that. Same way Biden not gonna tell you Antifa was an organization on some foul shit. He got asked about Antifa. He shut up. You watched the whole election of idiocracy, ad hominem, arguing, no conflict resolution, and y'all still gonna go up there and choose a nigga? That's disrespectful to yourself, bruh. It's disrespectful to yourself to choose something that you don't want to choose. It's disrespectful to yourself to choose something that you don't want to choose. And I ended at that. It's your boy Dame, man. Subscribe to Dame's World. This shit is a shit show at best. Reality TV. If any of y'all invest real emotions and seriousness into this, I'll tell you right now, don't. Because it's not. It's a farce. It's a joke. And your well-being is not dependent on what happens in November. Subtle, this is how I feel. This is honestly how I feel. If Donald Trump wins, you're going to see the nation as it is, but it's going to be in confliction with a global elitist because the global elitists ain't going to stop just because their puppet Joe Biden didn't get put in. They're going to do anything to stifle and implement their regimen in spite of Trump. They may even coerce Trump. This is how powerful the global elitists that y'all think don't exist works. They are always working. So regardless of who gets elected in November, your enemy is still out there running with his head cut off. Your real enemy, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, they're puppets to your real enemy. Both of them. Just different. White nationalist puppet, global elitist puppet. White nationalist puppet, global elitist puppet. All under the roof of white supremacy, eugenics, and sexism. Survival of the fittest being the white man. This is all rooted in that. I'm not saying nothing y'all can't look up. Look up Charles Darwin, eugenics, Francis Galton. This is the premise of our nation. Eugenics and white supremacy and male supremacy. Trump or Biden ain't gonna fix that. Voting ain't gonna fix that. Talking to your neighbor might help. Talking to a black man, if you're a white right-wing woman, talking to a black liberal might help. Reach out to the people and actually get a real sense of who you're dealing with in society. Stop relying on Fox News, CNN to tell you what society is like. Propaganda. If you go outside, you'll see COVID ain't like it seemed on TV. I promise you that. If you go outside, I guarantee you'll see black people ain't like what you seen on TV. I promise you that. White people on TV, they ain't gonna be like that. I promise you that. It's your boy Dane, man. Get some popcorn. Get some popcorn. Learn to detach your emotions in a way that where you can't exist properly. Thoughts are flustered. Your energy is just off-putting because of all this drama. Because the drama is just beginning. It's just beginning when it comes to this presidential shit. Donald Trump got COVID and his whole camp all of a sudden. If it's the truth to you, it's the truth to you. I ain't convincing you of shit. But make sure your own well-being is taken care of when this whole debacle goes down, when this spectacle goes down. If you want to vote, vote. I'm not telling you guys don't vote, but don't look at the nigga who don't vote like he crazy for not choosing these idiots. Don't look at the nigga who gonna put Kanye West like he crazy for choosing these idiots. What Kanye West said in North Carolina was more prevalent than everything they said. Go look it up. Go look up what they said and go look up what he said. It's your boy Dane, man. Peace.